What we are going to talk about is one thing. We're going to focus on one thing, and the one thing I want to focus on today is artichokes. Welcome back to Noci. Show 2. Okay, here we are. Second show. This one's gonna be more focused. It's not gonna be just about everything. This one's just gonna be about artichokes. We're gonna focus on artichokes, probably about 6 things I love about artichokes, what you can do with them. And we are going to go out into the field and we are gonna transplant some baby starts that, again, are just growing in the field by themselves. Okay, before we head out to the field, let's see what Aria thinks about artichoke, okay? Let's go check that out. Okay, Ben. So I'm doing a quick episode on artichokes. And I already know your feeling about them.
How do you know? Really? Do you know my feeling about them?
You've said many times that they're a pain in the ass. So I'm just wanting to get your feeling.
Let me tell you about artichokes. Artichokes are gorgeous and they are one of my favorite vegetables to eat when someone else is cooking. Just want the heart. Cook them, you gotta this, you gotta cut, you're gonna cut yourself, and then you gotta blanch them, and then you gotta roast them. In Rome, I think it was, they have this like quick fry artichoke heart with salt and lemon. Delicious. Slow roasted artichoke, baby artichokes, delicious. They are a pain in the ass to prepare. Huh?
Thumb up about artichokes? First of all, we're going to be moving some artichokes today. I'm going to show you how easy that is. The big ones and the baby ones. 2 I love about artichokes. 1, I love that they're edible. You get them at the right time, they're meaty, they're big, they're delicious, savory. 2, as a vegetable you can preserve. You can put them in olive oil, you can ferment them. I'm guessing on that one, but put them in olive oil, preserve them. Artichoke hearts, baby ones and big ones. 3, they are just a beautiful architectural element of your garden. The leaves alone, without the flowers, you see for, thousands of feet. They will anchor your garden. When you see an artichoke out there, that is like the centerpiece of whatever's happening around it. All the flowers around it. If you got an artichoke, that's the star. When the flowers come up, that's the other star. You let them go to flower and that big purple flower comes out. Amazing. 6, as a cut flower. Having that in your house, it lasts for weeks on weeks, and not only the flower, but the leaves. And then I think 7 is how hardy of a plant it is. It's a taproot plant. It's a plant that sends down that deep root that it's pretty much like a permanent plant, meaning if you let that root system establish itself, it will put up new leaves, put up new flowers, season after season after season. It's an amazing plant. We are in the A-frame deck, and we are going to do 2 things. We're gonna move a plant. I'm gonna show you how easy it is in January when it's been raining and the soil is soft to move your artichoke plants. If there is someplace you don't want them, the seeds fell into your flower bed or your strawberry field or next to your driveway, whatever the case may be, you can dig them up and put them someplace that you want them. New leaves will come right back up and it's good to go, because that deep root has all the sugar and everything it needs to produce a new plant. 2, we're gonna move all the baby seeds, all the baby seedlings from the seeds that have now fallen off the flowers we didn't harvest and have produced many, many more new baby plants. And I have a situation like that on the road where thousands of plants have decided to grow into the road, and I'm gonna move those and put them on down and make a hedgerow along my 10-foot trellis wall with my blackberry. So, right here. So this plant here, it's beautiful. It's been here a little too long. Roots are going down. And I'll show you, we're right next to the driveway, we're in wood chips. But these wood chips are just tossed here from the trucks. These wood chips are not where they're gonna go. So I'm gonna come here with the skid steer and I'm gonna destroy this whole thing. And I'm gonna lose this plant. So I'm gonna see if I can dig this out. So this was growing into the road in wood chips, that's it. So a seed had fallen in that area. And even in this very kept spot, it decided to grow a giant plant. So let's move this plant and put it in a better spot. So that's dried asparagus. There's a hedge here, and then a whole group of artichokes with their heads still on dry. So I think we're gonna add a row of artichokes all the way down this row. And as I'm looking at this over here, because we have these seed heads up here, you can see, look, there's the dried seed head of an artichoke. So look how tall that is. And that's a good 7 feet. And they have seeds in these things. And if I grab those heads and bury them around, I'm gonna get new plants. That's how easy that would be. And as I look down on the ground, I can see some baby starts already starting from heads that have fallen on the ground. But I'm gonna take that plant we just dug out, I'm gonna put it over there in that bed. So to start this, artichokes all the way down this bed. Go ahead and make a hole. The ground is so soft, it's just super easy at this moment to make these holes. So make it a hole. I'm making a hole about like that, about that deep. Here's the plant. You can see root is not very big yet. A lot of leaves. And what's gonna happen is these outer leaves, which I'll just cut up, are gonna die anyways. They're gonna die off. And only the middle leaves are probably gonna make it. But then it's just gonna sprout new leaves because all the energy is really in the root. There you go, there was a plant in some place you didn't need it. Came from a seed, I didn't plant it, and there it is. Okay, this time we're not gonna need a shovel. So I'm gonna just use my digging knife. Let's go find these guys. These guys are baby tiny. Okay, so I'm looking down here, and I'm in just one little section of the road where it turns here, and there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of baby artichokes here. And I'm just going below them and wedging up. And I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just wiggle them out. Loosen their roots. So I want as much root as possible. And there you go. That took me all of 2 seconds. I have 3 artichokes. Of course, I'm gonna spend some more time. I'm gonna get, I'm gonna get it like 50. For about 10 minutes of work, I got about 100 of them. I'm gonna go down the end over there and start planting. Okay, here we go. So we are down the road a bit. We gathered them down there, and we're gonna start here and go this way. Start putting these on the ground. I don't know if I said this earlier, but when I plant things or when I'm walking the gardens, if I don't have a knife with me or a digging shovel or something, I always regret it. Because as I'm walking through the gardens, I always see something that I want to move. Like I want to get out of the garden, it's a weed coming up, or it's something that's coming up and it's just in the wrong spot and I have a better spot for it. So luckily today, I don't just have my knife, but I could use just this knife. And I do most of the time. But I have my digging knife, which I prefer. So we're just gonna dig a little spot. We're not gonna worry about all the weeds. We're just gonna clear a little bit of an area so it has some time to grow and get some light before the weeds get bigger. But this thing's gonna grow quicker and more vigorous than these weeds. So it's gonna shade the weeds out. They're not gonna have a chance, as long as I give it a little bit of a room. So let's go. You know what the worst weed is that I really need to shade out? And you guys probably have the same problem. It's crabgrass. worst weed ever. So that's my artichoke show. Artichoke show. That's my artichoke show. One more thing. I brought 2 heads in with me from the artichokes. So the rains have been happening, and even with the heads being in the air, some of the seeds inside the head have started to grow. So the seeds are treating this flower head as a soil. They don't need soil, they have everything they need right in their flower head. You can just go ahead and collect the seed out of the heads. So I brought some over to show you. Now the head is the fuzzy part, right? And inside that head are the seeds. You can see right here, in the part you eat, there's the seed. There's 1 seed, 2 seeds, and you can see there are the seeds inside. You can just plant these seeds about that far underground, and they will sprout. They'll sprout just like that, and you will have a brand new plant in a month or 2. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out was I love books. I don't know if you can tell this, but I really love books. So I want to point out books as I go along here, so you guys can pick up new books and, you know, start gardening. This book was given to me. A garden can be anywhere, creating bountiful and beautiful edible gardens. This is a beautiful book. This is a woman out of LA, Lauri. Look at that, beautiful book. And she's got a great shot of artichokes. This is why I'm pulling this out. Great shot of artichokes. And she says artichokes are beautiful as food and as form. And I agree. Beautiful food and form. You should check this book out. This is about gardening in your backyard and front yard and making it beautiful. Back now, it's time to upload this or editing this. See you next week. Make sure you subscribe, tell your friends. We got to get past people we already know and get more people on here. The more people on here, the bigger this will get. The more we can do. All right, see you next week.